back to my channel. I first want to say thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate every single one of you. I did intend for these to come out a little bit earlier, but in case you all don't know, I live in Texas and we've just had some major weather, like snow, something that never happens here. So we were without power for a couple of days, so things kind of got a little bit delayed. But nonetheless, this is going to be for all of my Geminis out in the collective. This is going to be your monthly March reading, what you need to be aware of this upcoming month. For those of you that are new, welcome to Eileen into Spirit. My name is Eileen. I'm a spiritual advisor and an intuitive coach. I provide you with guidance, wisdom, and inspiration every week right here on this channel. All we can truly do is ask that you please subscribe. Please help us share our content so that it gets out to more individuals so they can be aware that we have this information for them. Give us a like, it truly does help our content. Drop us a comment down below if you desire, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I release new content. Without further ado, Geminis, let's get into your message this month. All right, Geminis, let's go ahead and get started. As you know, I've already pre-shuffled the cards. I do take jumpers from the pack. I don't like to choose my own cards. And please note and understand that this is going to be a general message for all of the Geminis out in the collective. It will not resonate with every single one of you, so I ask that you take with you what you want and leave the rest behind. And with that, let's get right into it. So we're going to start with the oracle cards, just as we did last month. I want to actually see what the angels want us to start our message off with. So I am using fairly new decks. Well, they're not new decks. They're new to you all, but they're kind of a little bit older to me. All right, so, okay, this is interesting. So the first card we have here is going to be the Well Watcher, okay? And what it says here is wisdom and power of the divine. So what this truly shows me is that it's very interesting because I want you to pay attention here how there is this well right here, right? And in this well, you'll notice that it's sort of caged in, okay? So what this truly tells me is that this is truly a message for you, Gemini, that what Spirit is really asking of you right here is for you to really look within. The treasure that you are seeking, the divine essence of who you truly are, is going to be within the deepest, darkest well of yourself, okay? So we have that. And we also have the prison waif, okay? And this really speaks about self-sabotage. It speaks about poverty, and it speaks about a mindset of lack, okay? So I want to point out that what you really need to be aware of this month, Gemini, is don't get into the mindset of lack or poverty consciousness, okay? A 31 truly reduces down to a 4, which is about stability and foundation. And I want to point out that if you all have been following me for a long time, you always know that I talk about energy, right? So energy is everywhere and it is in everything. And the more emotion and the more thoughts, especially when it comes to poverty consciousness or a sense of lack, the more of that you focus on, the more of that you actually bring into your reality or into your current mindset. So it's important that you be very aware of where you are self-sabotaging yourself. Be very mindful of the things that you are speaking into existence. And also really focus in on, is that really the type of mindset that you want to go on? Because the more energy you put into that, the more of that you're going to bring back into your awareness. Okay. So let's get right into the tarot. Angels, archangels, guides, ascended masters. What information do we have for the Geminis this month, the month of March? What information do we have for our Geminis this month, the month of March? Whoa, that one almost wanted to pop out. It was the 5 of Cups. It almost wanted to pop out. So let's see here. Oh, here we go. All right, what information do we have for our Geminis this month? What information do we have for our Geminis this month? Boy, these are like flying out like hotcakes. Okay, my Geminis, you guys seem to be really, really struggling with your mindset lately. And I'm not sure if this is because you, see, that Five of Cups just popped out. So that definitely wanted to pop out earlier, and it did. Okay, we need one more. Okay, my Geminis, you guys seem to really be struggling here. Okay. All right, so remember, we're going to start, this is going to tell a story. So this tells me currently where you are. So right now, where we're at is, for you Geminis, we are in the Emperor mode, okay? An Emperor truly represents power, authority. It is sort of the father figure of the major arcana, but it also represents growth and expansion. What I love about the Emperor is that the Emperor is sort of the father figure and the protector. It is the one that always constantly provides, okay? So if you're currently in this aspect of the Emperor mode, what I want to point out is that you're truly seeking ways that you can expand, that you can grow, that you can sort of move into a different way of being without breaking the status quo. You're trying to be very strategic about it, and you're trying to plan it out in the aspect that, you know, what is the best way that I can reach that objective without truly causing a lot of damage, right? And what I really want to point out is that the Emperor himself, because he is the father figure and because he is about growth and expansion, and he's very strategic in his planning and how he moves about in his strategy and where he goes, it's really important that you be very mindful again of the thoughts that you keep bringing in, right? An Emperor truly listens to his own divine guidance. An Emperor listens to the environment that he's in, listens to what Mother Nature offers. He's very observant. And when you have someone that is very open and aware, there are no questions. Nothing gets left unanswered. You absolutely know what your next step is going to be. And I really feel that this is really bringing up the whole prison wave, which is about this self-sabotage and this sort of like this poverty mindset, okay? Also, remember, you have the Well Watcher, okay? The Well Watcher is really about the power of the divine. You have resources. An Emperor does not lack anything, okay? I want to point that out. So an Emperor does not lack anything. The Emperor has all that he needs and that he desires at his disposal to be able to utilize it to the benefit of not only himself, but the benefit of others, okay? So after the Emperor, we have the Queen of Wands, okay? This is beautiful. This Queen of Wands really signifies about you having this plan, this desire, this inspiration, this idea. You're passionate about it. You have a lot of excitement. And although you do come off as a very strong person, you also show yourself to the world that you are super confident, okay? So you're really showing up in the world as someone who is very knowledgeable, someone who is very confident, and you're also coming up as the Queen of Wands here. So you have two queens. So what I find very interesting here is that you have an Emperor and then two queens right at the start. So what I'm going to do with these two queens is I'm going to, as I go along the reading, interpret more of the information that's coming through with the other cards that go along with it, okay? So with this Queen of Wands, what I find very interesting is that she is looking towards, okay, she's looking towards the Emperor, okay? And it's almost like she's looking towards, so this, I really look at this as a divine feminine and a divine masculine, because the Emperor is a divine masculine energy. The Queen of Wands is someone that is extremely confident, very desirable to others, but also knows exactly what she desires and what she wants, and she goes for it. She doesn't really stop and question or ask. It's like she does exactly what she knows she wants because she knows exactly what she wants, right? With this Queen of Cups is someone that is, notice how she's looking up, right? So she's truly listening to her heart. She's really heart-centered, and she's really listening to the divine in this aspect because she's in tune. She's in tune to her emotions. She's in tune to her intuition, and she's really allowing that to drive her and to guide her. Okay? Now, after the Queen of Cups, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reversed, okay? And it's right underneath the Emperor. So what this really tells me is that this Knight of Pentacles is not, it's almost like you have a desire and you have a wish, but you're not doing what's required of you to make sure that those desires or those goals, it's like you're not setting forth the action that is required, or you're still in that poverty mindset, okay? I really feel that it's about that poverty mindset because an Emperor knows how abundant he already is. But because you had the prison waif, which is about poverty consciousness, I really want you to focus on where do you feel that you are lacking in your life? And if you really sit down and focus on where you're lacking, Gemini, if you really focus on where you're lacking, how do you resolve that? Are you grateful for where you currently are in your life? Or are you focusing on what you don't have? Because the more that you focus on what you don't have, the more of that you're going to see in your life, okay? After the Knight of Pentacles, we get to the heart of your reading, okay? And at the heart of your reading, we have the Ten of Wands in reversed with the Fool, okay? So this is sort of contradictive, okay? Because the Ten of Wands really speaks about you needing to trust, you needing to evaluate what it is, like what is it that you continuously hold on to that you're not willing to completely let go of. And are you trusting in the divine to lead you in the right direction? The Fool here really represents an energy of new beginnings. And before you can step forth into this new beginning, Gemini, you have to be willing to let go of this idea, this concept, this belief that you don't have what you need or that you're lacking something, okay? We don't want to focus on lack here. We want to focus on being absolutely abundant. If you're starting out at the Emperor, that is exactly what you want to embody. You want to embody something that knows exactly how abundant they are and allows themselves to utilize all of those things to strategically plan for their growth and their expansion. Now, after the Ten of Wands, we're now going to be moving into the steps necessary to get you to your outcome, okay? And the reason why I said you Geminis, I feel like the majority of you Geminis are struggling here is I really feel that what's probably going on is that a few of you are really starting to get into this whole dark night of the soul where things are not what they appear, and you're sort of having to break free from old patterns, old belief systems that no longer resonate with you. We then move into the Eight of Swords, and this Eight of Swords is reversed, okay? So this Eight of Swords tells me that you're viewing things, like you understand where you are and you understand what is needed of you, but you're moving a lot slower. It's not like it's a lot easier. It's almost as if you still feel, even though you've broken free from the bondage that you feel sort of has kept you in this mindset of lack, you're still choosing certain behaviors that are keeping you in that mindset, okay? What I want to point out is that after the Eight of Swords, we have the Nine of Wands, okay? This Nine of Wands really speaks about your perceived limitations. What are the perceived limitations that you keep yourself in? Are you just allowing yourself to be in a specific box? Or are you too afraid to step out of that box or step out of your comfort zone to really allow yourself to explore and to expand? Remember, with this well watcher really speaks about you going deep within yourself. Yes, that means you're going to go into a deep, dark hole, and you're going to find places deep within yourself that you don't want to face. That's part of the whole dark night of the soul experience. It's about you exploring the depths of your soul and the depths of who you are, and discovering what aspects of yourself don't resonate with that for your highest good. Okay. And when you allow yourself to do this, you discover amazing wisdom. Okay. Wisdom that comes from the divine, wisdom that comes from divine source energy, where you recognize that all of the experiences that have led you up to this have really brought you to this place where you can see things very clearly. You're very clear, but I think right now you're just sort of bogged down with this mindset that just sort of has kept you down and hasn't really allowed you to continue on that path or on that journey. So with this Nine of Wands, you really have to allow yourself to evaluate, where are you allowing your perception to be limited? Where is that in your life? Where is this, poverty mindset? Where are you self-sabotaging yourself? I think it's time that you really evaluate your boundaries and allow yourself to truly step outside of the box. Okay, so after the Nine of Wands, we have the Five of Cups. Now, Gemini, remember, I mentioned this earlier. This Five of Cups wanted to pop out, but it didn't, and it came out later. The Five of Cups really speaks about crying over spilled milk, okay? And because it is below the Ten of Wands, this really tells me that this is the thing. What is the one thing that you are crying over? What is all the energy that you are putting forth into something that you either lost or didn't work out, right? Notice how this woman here is concentrating so much on this one cup right here, okay? On this one cup. But what she doesn't realize is that she's got a cup behind her, right? She doesn't realize that she has this cup behind her, right? And that there is opportunity for more cups back here. But she's so focused on this one thing that she's missing other potential opportunities. Again, that's about not being aware. When you have the Emperor is very aware of what is around him and what is available. And he utilizes all of those resources for the betterment of not only himself, but others. Okay. Now your outcome, Gemini, your outcome is the Three of Pentacles in reversed. Okay. Now what this means is that you need to be able to utilize your resources for the betterment of yourself in order to get yourself out of this particular situation. What are you not communicating? Are you not being open with yourself? Are you not seeking the help or the guidance from someone else that might be able to help you transition into the next phase of your growth or your expansion? Understand that when people go through the dark night of the soul experience, they oftentimes feel like they're alone. Understand that you are not alone. There are many people on this planet right now that are going through the same experience as you are. They are waking up to new realities, new concepts, new beliefs that they've never known about. And all of a sudden they're starting to question everything. And understand that there are many of you out there who are going through the same experience at the same time. With this Three of Pentacles, it's going to be very important for you to allow yourself to be open to communicating your needs, your desires, what is going to help you move further along with others. if that means that you have to be a little bit vulnerable and you have to step out of your comfort zone, you need to do that, okay? So I want to draw additional cards here from this oracle card. I want to see what additional advice Spirit can give you. So angels, archangels, guides, ascended masters, what additional advice do you have for the Geminis this month of March? What additional advice do you have for the Geminis this month? Oh, okay, we got one. What additional advice do you have for the Geminis this month? Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. We're going to go with that. All right. So first card we got is serendipity. I love this because serendipity truly speaks about the synchronicities, really allowing yourself to be grateful. Look for all of the signs that Spirit is sending you. You never know when, you might feel that you might actually need something, or you're looking for a sign, or you're asking for a sign. Look at all of the serendipitous moments that happen. I want people to understand that there are no such things as coincidences. You are a creator. You create the things in your life. You create your own reality based off of the thoughts and the emotions that you have on a day-to-day basis. And it's important that you understand that the thoughts that you think about now, that you put forth so much energy and emotion into, it's creating your future, okay? Serendipity is about truly looking at all of the synchronicities in your life. People don't just come into your life for no reason. They come into your life for a specific reason. Whether they're there to teach you something or they're help you to grow and expand, there are reasons for each and everything. So Spirit is trying to tell you that your advice is pay attention, be aware, really look for the signs, look for the synchronicities. You also have to be fair, okay? Now, I really feel that what this is really asking is that you really be very aware of what you're asking for. Because I think a lot of times when people become very awake and they start to really expand into their spirituality, they sort of start asking, and when they start learning about manifestation, they start asking for all kinds of things, but they don't think about what it is they're specifically asking for. You have to remember that everything, every action has a reaction. Every cause has an effect. Every effect has a cause to it. This is about the law of cause and effect. It's also about the law of attraction. Now, everything has to be in balance, okay? And to be fair is really recognizing that you might have a specific desire. You might have a specific want or a specific, I don't ever like to say need, because Spirit always provides you with what you need. But you might have a specific want and it might not happen. And you might get very disappointed and you might say, see, this doesn't work, okay? But what you need to understand is that Spirit always knows what's best for you. You might ask for something and they might not deliver it to you. They might deliver it to you in a very different way, or you might get something different and you're like, well, that's not what I asked for. But Spirit knew what you needed and gave you exactly what you needed. It might not be what you specifically asked for, but they gave you what you needed because they know what's best. They can see, Spirit can see ahead of time. They're going to provide you with what is best for you and your highest good. So it's important that when you ask for things, you always say, you always incorporate this, or what is for my highest good and the highest good of all. I want to point out that to be fair is really about balance. When you automatically react to certain things, you are setting intentions. You are creating things to occur. When you and you don't, and I think a lot of times people don't realize they do this. They don't realize that they're creating things in the moment. So be very careful what you're asking for, but also understand that everything has to be balanced and everything has to be fair. Next up, we have no place like home. Okay. This is really telling me that this is about you being comfortable in your own skin. And what I love here is that right here you have sort of this moon, okay? And it's very circular, okay? This tells me a lot about needing to look within, okay? Again, it's going to bring up this well watcher, which is about you delving deep within yourself to discover who you are at the core so that you can become comfortable in your skin, because no one is going to be able to provide you with that sense of security other than yourself. And you need to know where that's going to come from. Okay. And next we have, a change in the wind. Okay. Now, what this really signifies to me is change. That I think a lot of times a change in the wind often signifies to me a tower moment, which means that it's divine intervention, right? Something is going to change in your life that is going to make you change direction. It's going to make you really evaluate where you currently are, and you need to trust your intuition and the guidance that you get, because it's moving you in the direction that's best for your highest good. All right, my Geminis, that is the message I have for you this month. I hope that it resonated with you and that you got lots of golden nuggets from it. I thank you all so much for joining me today. I truly do appreciate every single one of you. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste, guys.